Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj and today I'm going to give you the picks for some more prelim fights for UFC 256. I already did the early prelims, just two fights. It was that Sergey Spivak versus Jared Vandera, two A's, and Chase Hooper against Peter Slippery Pete Barrett. So be sure to definitely check that out. Now I have a whole new flock of handicappers for the rest of the prelim card. If you're new to my channel, what I do is I take my favorite sports handicappers and I take their free picks from YouTube and I place them side by side so you can come up with your own determination of who's gonna either win the game or, in this case, win the fight. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. Excuse me. All right, first let's go with, this is probably the best fight in the whole, on this little 3-fight show here. I saw it, yeah, whatever, it's in the order. So, all right, we've got featherweight, we've got Gavin Tucker, Governor, that's his nickname, taking on Billy Quarantillo, Billy Q. Okay, Gavin Tucker, he's fights out of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, Titans MMA. He is 12-1. He's the underdog here at plus 140. He's 12-1, plus 140. He's taking on Billy Q, or Billy Quarantillo, who is 15-2 as a professional. He's the favorite at minus 160. Billy Q is fighting out of Tampa, Florida. He does have a 4-inch height and reach advantage. Oh, by the way, Billy Q's birthday was yesterday. He turned 32 years old. Happy birthday, Billy Q. I know you're watching. And yeah, the over-under is set at 2.5 rounds. Over is minus 205. Yuck. Under is at plus 165. So if you think one of these guys can end it before 2.5 rounds, it'll be a nice payout for you. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see what these cappers have to say. Taking Billy Q, we've got eBay's fight predictions. eBay's is saying by decision. Then we got King of Crackdowns, K of C. It's like 50.95. King of Crackdowns, 59. All the capper links, of course, will be in the description. Be sure to check them out and subscribe to their channels. They know what they're talking about. Okay, King of Crackdowns is also saying by decision. Okay, the boys from Fight Night Picks, that's Matt and Craig Allen. Craig is the older brother, he's 26, Matt is 22, or something like that, 22, 23, something. I don't know, but either way, both brothers, the Allen boys, are taking Billy Quarantino. They're Canadians. I'm surprised they're not going with the Canadian Gavin Tucker. Anyway, Greedo. Oh, by the way, Billy Q, you know why they're not taking him? Billy Q's 3-0 against Canadian fighters. So, I don't, or something like that, they said. Greedo plays. Greedo is saying Billy Q by finish, TKO. Thinks he's going to get it done. Just Bleed MMA is taking Billy Q. He doesn't really say how, but he doesn't have to. Just Bleed MMA taking the favorite. Justin Jr. Justin Jr. got his picks out wicked early. I love that. Thank you, Justin. He's also taken Billy Q. And finally, Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. It's Vladimir Zek, the Bulgarian cowboy living in Serbia. Taekwondo black belt. Also like a coach, trainer, and referee for kids soccer. So that should be a full Kappa consensus. Bam, bam. And you know what? I can always... No, I can't, because Will Martin, I did him too. Will Martin UFC fight predictions or something. Will Martin UFC fight picks. This is his least confident pick on the card, but he's going with Gavin Tucker, so yeah. I can't, I can't call it a full Kappa consensus because it's not a consensus if somebody's taking the others. So Will Martin with the contrarian pick, he's taking Gavin Tucker. 12-1. I would also take Gavin Tucker. However, I really can't because the 4-inch reach, height and reach advantage for Quarantillo. Tucker, his last loss was against somebody that has had a little bit of a reach and height advantage. He doesn't do well against those guys. I forgot the guy's name. It's right tip of my tongue too. Anyway, his last match was a win against Justin James, who we just saw get knocked out last week at Vegas, at UFC Fight Night Vegas 15. Ridiculous. I had James too, that's why. But I'm salty. Billy Quarantino, his last match was also a win against Kyle Nelson. He knocked him out, KO. So, yeah, this is a tough fight for me to pick because I like that plus money, especially at a guy with just one loss. But like I said just a little bit ago, I'm taking Quarantillo to edge him out only because of the height and reach. So I'm taking Billy Q, and I think he's going to get it done by decision, outpoint him. It would be nice to get the under, but I don't see that happening. So there you have it. Moving on. What a good fight that is going to be too. This is also, but here we go. Here's another one. Very, very tough to call. All three of these fights are tough for me to call. I flip-flops on all of them at least once. I had to do a little bit of digging. I started out with just 5 cappers, but then there was tie. Then Fight Night Picks split their picks on this one. I'll get into that. So I started with 5, and then I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ended up with 8 when it was all said and done. Okay, Mackenzie Dern. What a beautiful woman. What's the women's strawweight? They buck 115 pounds. Mackenzie Dern 9-1. She's taking on Virna Jandiroba. Jandiroba is the Brazilian 16-1. This is going to be a grapple fest. Both these women are excellent BJJ practitioners. Great submissions from both of them. Matter of fact, both of their last matches were both wins by submission armbar, coincidentally. Mackenzie Dern beat Randa Marcos, submission armbar. And Virna Jandiroba housed Felice Herrig, submission armbar. So this is a good one. A good one to it comes right down to a tiebreaker too. Okay. I'm gonna go back and forth. Bop, 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 bop. Taking Mackenzie Dern. We've got Will Martin. He's going with Mackenzie Dern on this. He didn't really say how, I'm assuming either submission or decision. Then over here we've got UFC Celebrities in Classic. That's Vlad. He didn't come out. He did say. He said it's going to go the distance, and he's taking Jandiroba, so therefore decision for Jandiroba. Jandiroba, she's got that like wonky eye style of grappling and submissions. That Brazilian wonky eye. That's like her. That's what it's called. And it works for her. It works. 16-1. And she's the underdog here at plus 157. Dern, the favorite, at minus 182. Almost a 2-1 favorite. Over-unders set at 2.5 rounds. The over is -135. Under pays out a little better at +105. And both these women, have the ability to submit the other. This is going to be a great, great fight. Okay, here's the fight night pick, boys. We got the younger brother Matt taking Mackenzie Dern, and Craig Allen is taking Virna Jandiroba. Then we've got Greedo. He's saying by decision. Greedo plays, taking Mackenzie Dern by decision. Then Just Bleed MMA.
Hi!
Hi!
Hiyo!
Hiyo. Just Bleed MMA is taking Virna. Okay. eBay's got Mackenzie Dern by 3rd round submission. I don't know why third. I guess he thinks Jandiroba's submission defense will last until the 3rd round, then maybe gas out. But I don't see it. Jandiroba looks like a country farmer. She wears that. Did you see that picture? She had that hat when her last fight where she won. She had like it.
Daddy, I need to tell you something.
What?
I need to tell you something.
What?
Why do you call the women's fight girls fight and you call the men's fight men?
This is the boys fight too. Gavin Tucker versus Billy Q. The boys fight. Doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yes, it does to mommy.
Well, she's not a subscriber, so. eBay's saying 3rd round submission for Mackenzie Dern.
Who cares if they're a subscriber or not?
Then we've got King of Crackdowns, K of C, taking Virna by decision. And here we are for the tiebreaker, Justin Jr., my man. Justin Jr. for the tiebreaker is taking Virna Jandiroba. He thinks she's got the little bit of an edge on the BJJ and the striking. But let me add note, Mackenzie Dern has been working with Jason Perillo Boxing, and he is a terrific boxing coach. So she's been working on her striking, and 9-1, man, she's no joke. And neither is Virna Jandiroba. Both these women can fight. Mackenzie Dern fights out of Los Angeles. Black House houses the likes of fighters include Leota Machado and Brian T. City Ortega. Virna Jandiroba, Carcara, she's fighting out of Brazil, out of Academia Fight House. They're all Brazilian fighters in there. None of them really were familiar to me. But this is a tough fight for me to pick. But I said it. I'm high on Virna Jandiroba. I think she's a top-rated fighter right now at 16-1. And women's strawweight, what is she? I don't know. I think her ranking is like 15, or she's got to be in the top 15, or she's in the teens, I think. But she should definitely be top 10 in my book. I'm taking the wonky eye jiu-jitsu style of Virna Jandiroba, and I got her beating the beautiful Mackenzie Dern. And boy, Mackenzie Dern, I think she is a very pretty woman. Do. How's she gonna do it? She's gonna submit her. Yeah, this is definitely, it's submission or decision, but yeah. I think Jandiroba, her ground game is just a little bit edged out. I think she edges out Mackenzie Dern just by a little. It's going to be tough. It's a tough call to pick. I'm going to put it in a parlay, but I don't think, and I will do a prop bet for Jandiroba because she's the underdog. Plus 157. I'm going to put her to win. And another prop bet by submission. Just because I love that. I'm a degenerate. Finally, headline of the prelim fights. We have the veteran Cub Swanson taking on performance enhancing Daniel Pineda, the Pit. What can I say? Cub Swanson fights out of Jackson Wink. You know all about Jackson Wink, right, guys? You know, they have Carlos Condit. It's Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's Carlos Condit. I think John Jones is part of that. And, you know, Frank Murr, BJ Penn. They got a flock of fighters. A bunch of big names. I won't be able to list them all. Daniel Pineda, he's fighting out of Houston, Texas. The camp is called 4 Ounce Fight Club. I looked down that list. There's a couple notable names. Ike Villanueva, he's one that stuck out to me. But, yeah, Daniel Pineda, he's been popped for PEDs a couple times, I think. Even in his regional scene, like LFA or something, he got popped. That's saying something. So, Cub Swanson, he comes in as an underdog at plus 135 with a record of 26-11. Pineda, he's 27-13 with 2 no contests. He's the favorite here at minus 155. He's coming off that great win over Herbert Burns, where he finished him TKO elbows, rain and bows, boom, 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 boom. And Cub Swanson, he was on a 4-fight losing streak until he met Crying Gracie and managed to beat him via decision. He is a BJJ black belt. Pineda, I imagine he's got it. He's the Pineda. If you check out his 4 Ounce Fight Club, they have the coaches. He's not only a fighter; he's the wrestling coach. They have like 3 BJJ coaches, or 2 or 3, and then it says wrestling coach Daniel Pineda. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever. Out of Houston, Texas. All right, so let's get on with this. Taking Cub Swanson, we've got King of Crackdowns, KFC. He is saying by 3rd round TKO. Okay, jump over Daniel Pineda. We got both the boys from Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig, siding with Pineda. eBay's is saying Cub Swanson by decision. eBay's fight prediction. By the way, guys, of course, all these links, if I didn't say, all links will be in the description. Okay, Greedo. He's got Pineda by decision. I don't know. You think this is going to go all the way? The over is negative or plus 125. So if you think it's going to go over 2.5 rounds, 2 decision, place that bet because it pays out a little bit better than the under is at minus 105. Will Martin. He's taking Cub Swanson by decision. This was a tough pick for him, as it is for a lot of people. This is a tough card. It's a good card, good competitive card. No like big overwhelming favorites that I've come across as of yet. Well, there was the Chase Hooper, but I'm taking the underdog there. I'm taking Slippery Pete. Check out my show from yesterday. It's awesome. I don't want to not speak highly of myself, but it's a good show. Justin Jr. also taking Daniel Pineda. Justin, what's his thing? The Genie? Yeah, Justin, the MMA prediction Genie. They got the Guru, they got the Fortune Teller, Justin Jr., the Genie. And Just Bleed MMA, he's also taking Daniel Pineda. Just Bleed, he's the one that told me, well, he's in his show, he talks about Pineda's performance enhancing PED bust when he was in the LFA, but he's saying Pineda, though, he's a beast, because if it's due to the PEDs or whatever, he's a beast. That's why Just Bleed is taking Pineda on this. And finally, to round it all out, we've got Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. He's got Pineda by decision. So there you have it. Daniel Pineda's got the 5 cappers taking him to the 3 taking Cub Swanson. Now, I flip back and forth. I used to, back in like 2010, 2008, 2010, I was real high on Cub Swanson. But that was, 10, 12 years ago. So he's kind of, he's on his way out. But Pineda, look, 27 and 13 maybe? What are the ages of these guys? 37 and 35. It's arguably, you can say they're both on their way out. It's Cub Swanson, 37. Daniel Pineda, 35. Man. Both of them have double-digit losses. Yuck. All right, how about any reach advantage? I didn't write anything down. I think they're even Steven on the reach, height and reach. 146 pounds, the both of them. Oh, Herbert Burns, Kron Gracie. You know what? I'm gonna have to take Daniel Pineda, only because of recency bias, because Herbert Burns, I think, is better than Kron Gracie. And Kron Gracie took Cub Swanson to decision, where Daniel Pineda wiped out Herbert Burns. I think it was like first round, I think, TKO elbows. So purely on recency biased, I'm taking Pineda, and I think he's going to get it done via decision. So to recap. Time check.
Hey!
Well then, come on. Recap. Time check. To recap, I got Billy Quarantillo, beating Gavin Tucker by decision with the majority of the cappers. Should have been a full capper consensus, but I had to watch Will Martin, and he took Tucker. Then I've got Virna, Jandiroba, and her wonky eye. I got her beating Mackenzie Dern by submission, but boy, this is my least confident pick. Mackenzie Dern, I like her too, man. I like them both. I think Jandiroba, 16-1. She should already been up in the top 10. But anyway, yeah, I got Virna Jandiroba winning that. I'm gonna say by submission, but decision, submission, one of those. She's the underdog, so I don't really have to specify. And finally, I've got Daniel Pineda.
Do pimples have purple eyes?
Yeah, but they're usually contacts.
Okay.
Liz Taylor has purple eyes.
Who's that?
She was a model from when I was a little kid.
So.
Now she's like 80. She's really, really old, but she had purple eyes. Okay, and finally I've got
contacts?
Yes. I've got Daniel Pineda beating Cub Swanson by decision to wrap up these prelims. Tomorrow, come back and tomorrow I'm doing Ronaldo Moicano versus Rafael Fiziev, Ronaldo Souza, Jacare, right? versus Kevin Holland, and Junior Dos Santos versus Cyril Gain. So that's going to be a good show. And then, of course, I'm going to finish everything out end of the week with Tony Ferguson, Charles Oliveira, and...
I'm saying hello.
Oh, my goodness, you're... Davison Figueroa. and Brandon Virna.
Hello.
So, gather the info, place the bets, and cash the tickets. I appreciate you dealing with me and Nora. Come on.
That's my creation.
It was just a scribbly mess.
That's my creation.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Feel free to comment. Hit the bell because I'm making more videos tomorrow. I am gonna do some NFL video tomorrow too for week 14, I think it is. Be sure to check out the other one. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next episode.
Bye, hello.